Hello and welcome back to our continuing adventures on the Let's Defend platform. Today we are tackling the easy challenge of CVE 2577. Background: an attempted exploitation of a newly discovered and unpatched vulnerability, CVE 2024 XXXX, so apparently they didn't fill that in a critical software component within your organization's infrastructure. The CVE allows for remote code execution, posing a significant threat if successfully exploited. At 12:05 PM UTC, an alert is generated by the Intrusion Detection System and Intrusion Prevention System, IDS, indicating an attack on one of your web servers. Your task is to analyze the provided artifacts, confirm the exploitation attempt, and answer the provided questions. So we're given a Windows system, which surprised me. I thought for sure it was going to be a Linux, but hey. We're given an artifacts.7zip. And the second, we're looking for what version of PHP was running on the server during the incident. When PHP is configured to run as CGI, what directive httpd.com specifies the scripts that handle requests for PHP files. What is the IP address of the attacker who attempted to exploit our server? The attacker targeted a specific page on the server with malicious payloads. Which page did the attacker target? What version of Apache is running on the server? The attacker managed to execute commands on the server. What was the first process initiated by the attackers during their successful attempt? Before the attacker was detected and blocked, they executed another command, launching a new launched. What is the CE exploit used by the attacker? Well, I think we got a pretty easy one there, since it's kind of specified. Or watch, now I'm going to get humbled because I'm going to make the assumption. No, okay, so that starts that. So this is, I think, June is when this was rolled. Yeah, published June 9th, or at least from NIST. So in PHP versions 8.1 point whatever, in versions 8.2 point whatever, before 8.2.20, version 8.3 point whatever, before version 8.3.8, when using Apache and PHP, if the system is set up to use best fit behavior to replace characters in command lines given to the Win32 API functions, PHP-CGI modules may misinterpret those characters as PHP options, which may allow a malicious user to pass options to the PHP binary being run, and thus reveal the source code of scripts, run arbitrary PHP code on the server, etc. So this scored, if using CVSS3, a 9.8 critical. Mind you, these are all typically scoring systems out of 10. Known exploited for command injection. So we got a couple of different things. Apparently this is being used rather heavily in China, because since this has actually no, this is Looker Studio. Oh, since it's rapid response, okay. So basically a dashboard of infected hosts that they can find that are basically being popped due to this vulnerability. And most of it is China, a little bit of Taiwan, a little bit of Hong Kong, a little bit of Japan, but China by far. The numbers were flipping terrible at the beginning of this. But anyways, that's not what we're here for. So this is looking for PHP running under CGI mode. So this is used by XAMPP, which I think is just a pre-deployable web server. I think I might have used that back when I was in college to stand up something quick. And this is basically just talking about in regards to the, what was it? Tell you the pass ransomware gang. Let's see, tar logic, PHP is blah, 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 blah. Mitigation, patch your stuff. Temporary mitigation, and then apparently they popped nucleus templates to go through and check for it. Okay, so let me bring back up this, because we're going to go looking for the PHP version. And let me bring our RDP up. So challenge file folder on the desktop with an artifact or artifacts.7zip. I extracted that out to an artifacts folder on the desktop. And we're given Apache 2.4, PHP, and a prefetch directory. So I believe the first question was, what version of PHP are we running here? I'm going to go to the PHP directory and take a look at php.exe, and it looks like we're running version 8.2.19 by the details. So let's see if, actually, if I move this over here, we might actually be able to, yeah, there we go. 2. What did I say, 19? 19. Yay. Then we're looking for httpd.conf. And that does not look like it's in the PHP directory, so I'm willing to bet that's probably going to be what? In the HTTP directory? Yep. In the conf folder. Okay, so C:/Apache 24. Listen on port 80. We got loaded modules. Server admin is admin at example. Override, index symlinks. Log formats. Oh, here we go. Script alias, is that what we're looking for? Which directive? Is that just, or is it supposed to be which directory? Is it CGI bin? Or CGI dash bin? No. Okay, back to this then. Override none. Require all granted options none. But no, I mean, the question is specifically, can I move this over here? Yes, I can. Okay. Which directive? Or did they mean directory? I don't know. Is there one that would specifically spell out in regards when CGI? Well, it's effectively a 6-character answer, whatever it is. When PHP is configured to run as CGI, which directive specifies the scripts that handle requests for PHP files? Which directive? Okay, I have to know. Is directive actually in this document at all? This http.conf? It is. Is there anything else? Filters. Add handler CGI-script.cgi. Application x-http d-php-cgi. So we have handlers that are dumped in there. Directive. So what would that be? Add handler? But that's going to be more than 6. Add type. Script alias. Huh. I did not realize that directive basically is just the individual sections there. So it's basically just the subsections of all this stuff here. Okay, so directives are an actual thing. And it's basically just each individual portion here. Specifies the scripts that handle requests for PHP files. Specifies the scripts. Serve if log level module. Server's namespace, alias, webpass file systems used. Script alias. This controls which directories contain server scripts. Okay, well, let's try to just go with the mention of script as we work our way through. I mean, you would think that script alias would specify, but that's too many characters. Because they want the specific directive, not the value contained within. So script alias? No, apparently not. Well, script sock specifies. I might just have to take a look at the hint. What do you got for me? and see what loads PHP. Okay, so let's find instances of. Okay, I guess I could have probably thought to look for that myself, but okay, whatever. What loads this? Let me guess, it's only going to make referenced once, right? So what is this? Action? Since it's the beginning, and it would technically match, it is 6 characters. Yes. Okay. All the way at the bottom of the conf. And then we're looking for actual log files. So probably the Apache, if I had to guess. So let's say we have access, we have error. All right, that did say it was on the 12th, didn't they? Dashboard. Wait, wasn't there a section in there what was targeted? Is it going to be upload.php from the error log? It would make sense in order to sit there and dump something on the host. Yep. Yep. And then if we take a look at error log, would we get the same thing from access to by chance? No, we would not. Okay. So inside the error log, I'm moving on to the next question. We'll come back to the other one. So what version of Apache is running? So if we take a look at the very top, so line 1, Apache 2.4.59, Win64 configured, resuming normal operation. So I'm taking the guess that we're going to find that this is 2.4.59. Yes. So who was beating on upload? Trying to see as to what they would have potentially tried to dump in if that would have been actually recorded. Define file, dashboards view.php. It's not like it's going to sit there and denote. Hey, this started up right after. So if we go looking for upload, include auto prepend file PHP input. Register. Okay, so what was the timing that we have for upload that getting from here? 14, 28, 48. $28.48. 28.48. So does that mean the attacker in this particular case is going to be 192.168.110.1 by the looks of it? Assuming we're on the right, yeah, okay. Just because, because then if we go back down, we see post for upload.php still only from this one here in the error logs. Okay, so we've been able to fill in a decent amount thus far. We're getting down to the last ones. Last two. Wow, this actually flew by. I've actually had my coffee this morning. Oh. Attacker managed to execute commands on the server. What was the first process initiated by the attacker's commands during their successful attempt? It's not going to be in the conf. How about Prefetch? So we'd be looking at what? Date modified? And we're looking for... What are we looking for? It would be June 12th. And if I read this right, shouldn't it be... I mean, we were looking at 1434. That would make it, what? 2 something? 2 p.m.? And it doesn't look like we've got that. But it's +3. They said this thing kicked off at 1200 UTC, didn't they? The alert? 12:05 p.m. UTC. Runtime broker, SLUE or CHV host, everything else like that. I know that there's a directory in here, tools that we haven't really taken a look at. Strings, timeline explorer, and the like. All right, hang on. Okay, so we were given a number of tools. Big thing was the PE-CMD from Eric Zimmerman's set. So we're going to need to run that against the available Prefetch folder. So first off, let's get into the actual tool directory. Yes, no spaces in there. And then I need the, where's the artifacts directory that we have? Prefetch right here. No spaces, so it should be PE-CMD exe, specifying a directory, our prefetch, and what is it, -- CSV, and we'll call it PCM CMD output. Do I need to specify CSC? I don't remember. Or .csv? It's been a little while. So we let that do its thing. So we'll take a look and see what was kicked off around those times with the upload directory, or upload.php was used. So I guess while waiting on this, is there a... Okay, yeah, leave it to GitHub for a proof of concept. Oh, did I F that up? Or is this just basically being written to it? Yep, okay. And we got our timeline folders. Hooray! Okay, so I didn't screw that portion up. It's been a little while since I've had to work with that. So then we should be able to use Timeline Explorer. Excuse me. And once that comes up, so what is their example? Goes and launches the calc, everything else like that. That's great. Show me the Python. I mean, is there anything from this we can basically pull off, like... Okay, yeah, auto prepend inputs. We saw a few of that in there in the... Okay, hang on. Yes, I realize. Dude, we can't see anything. What the hell are you doing? All right, give me 1 second. Let's pull putty, not putty, but that out of the way. So here is the, what is it, Watchtower Labs GitHub for this proof of concept. So we basically take a look, and down at the bottom they have a res equals s post, blah 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 blah. But what we get to is the %sign AD D plus allow. So this particular portion here, auto underscore prepend underscore file 3D PHP :/ input, which, if you remember from that, the access, was it access or error? I think it was error. Logs. No, I take that back. Access log. So we've got that there of what we were expecting to see, at least from that particular portion. And we bring this up, and you will notice that inside there, upload.php, it denotes $, capital AD, D plus allow underscore URL underscore include 3D1 plus minus D plus auto underscore prepend. So basically the same thing we're seeing in the actual testing there. So this at least puts us in something of all this stuff. And so we have effectively, what, 2 sets? In access, we're either going to be looking around 230-ish. And then we'll also have this set around here at just a little after 3. So let's filter by except we don't even have that. But if we remember, the logs we're showing is what, wasn't it +3? And UTC would be 0. So if we remove 3 from 15, we get 12, which would make it noon. So when did the first one of these actually kick off? From access log? 303, 304. Okay, so it'll be 1203, 1204, 1205. 1203, who am I? That's a typical recon command. So let's see as to whether or not, if that's actually it. Who am I.exe. That was the first thing that ran. Before the attacker was detected and blocked, they executed another man, launching a new process. Okay, so I guess out of all this, what looks... If they were using the proof of concept, why would calc on a web server just magically pop? Especially when the proof of concept calls calc. Wait, is that all? Oh damn! I think we got it. Hang on, let me refresh this. Did it time out? Okay, we got the CVE number. We got that they popped calc. Yeah, I got correct for all of them. Did I? No. RDP still open, perfectly fine. And so I think Watchtower was the only one that actually had anything. They had their little demo thing that was popping calc. And that's exactly what this does. So they probably just took this proof of concept and ran it against a vulnerable box to generate this. But typically you wouldn't expect, I mean, calc would be something that shouldn't flag any sort of antivirus, anything else like that, because it's a built-in part of Windows. So, but seeing that out of all this other stuff, that looks odd. Recon typically would be things like who am I, netstat, task list, in order to run actual commands, in order to actually see the stuff that comes up there, in case you've never seen it. So I think I've talked about it before, but task list is basically the command line version of task manager of sorts. And from there you can do task kill and then provide the PID to knock this stuff down. Yeah, so apparently I don't get a little do screen with the, hey, you completed this and here's your badge. Do I get a badge for this? I don't even know. Do I or do I not? Let's get the RDP window out of the way. Yeah, right here. Okay, I just didn't get the do. Yeah, that's today. That's okay. That's not my local time, but yeah, that's it. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, so get used to Eric Zimmerman's tools. Would be highly recommended to go through this particular aspect. Makes it extremely helpful. Don't forget to ask for hints if needed. There is no shame in that. Trust me, I had to do it a few times in here. So, internet war, interesting. Hey, no wire. Which I don't think did I call it out on the last video that I did? I know I called it out in the comments, everything else like that, the post to LinkedIn and Twitter, X, whatever. But massive shout out to Nullwire for help in regards to the VIP plus ICS device or compromised ICS device. He managed to make sure that I was able to confirm that I was looking at the right stuff. It was just a user input error in regards to using periods as opposed to colons for the time format. I hadn't had all my coffee yet that morning, so. But so there we go. That has been the easy PHP-CGI or CVE-2024-4577 challenge on the Let's Defend platform. With all that being said, I will see everyone in the next video.